Okie dokie. Well, let's go then. Alright, so a little bit of a catch up. Last week, you guys left the tomb and decided you were going to head home. Not before EC and Artoria ended up having a little bit of a...
Well, she broke my nose.
Yeah,
She did.
You ended up having some sort of fight, and I believe you guys like split apart. EC decided to walk on her own.
She ran off like a spoiled child.
She ran off like someone whose nose you broke.
Yeah.
You deserved it.
And on the way back, EC encountered, somehow, randomly, you could say, a very devastating creature that chased her, some sort of ape-like construct. And as it started chasing her, Artoria and Vers turned up. Vers did a Spider-Man with a hook shot and decided to get the fuck out of there, while Artoria started to take down the...
Well, note, after being specifically told to do just that.
Yeah, and decided to take it down by herself, but was like really, really hurt, like nearly gravely injured trying to fight this thing. And EC, meanwhile, for a fish in it, a lobster.
The lobster.
It was a lobster.
A talking lobster. Which distracted it somewhat. But then, when you guys managed to get back home, Vers arrived first. And I think Vers was the first one to meet the new Rune Master in the camp.
Indeed.
I think his name... I remember. His name is Yort.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And he speaks really, like, kind of squeaky. And...
It's pretty funny.
Yep. And as you were busying yourself with the runes, EC and Artoria turned up. And Artoria told the group that she will be leaving and going on a mission with her fiancé. And you guys said your goodbyes, and Vers didn't really understand what was going on, but said his goodbyes anyway. And that's when you all met Amelia, a Jack, who had travelled here with Runemaster Yort, the apprentice and close friend of Vivian Grey, of whom you had found dead. We had an introduction with Amelia, where she grabbed EC by the collar. It didn't seem like EC was getting on with anyone in that session. But then Artoria then said goodbye and said that her sisters would look after you, or at least help you. And that's where we kind of ended it. You just met Amelia, and Artoria just left. And I believe it was quite late at night.
Yes, and I've been assigned a new sister to watch over me. God knows what that's going to bring.
All sorts of chaos.
Yes, I believe Maiev.
Yes, and of course, also this is when EC found out that Troy had a contract on Versus' head for all this time.
Oh,
decided not to enact it.
I forgot about that detail, but yes, that is the...
And they burned the contract.
Yeah, and apparently someone's going to be real pissed about it, and the sisters will have to deal with it at some point.
Yes, they will deal with it at some point, but for now, you guys still have the mission ahead. Amelia, you would have been... told about the mission by the Baron, also the Rune Master, because you were part of the priesthood. You would know that the Golden Sanctum needs to be found.
Oh yeah, but we need to find Vexus first.
Vexus, yes. Vexus is also missing. He was Vivian Grey's lover, and when you told him that she was dead, he lost it and then left. He went straight into the woods.
I do remember him going into the woods.
Yep. So you guys currently, the middle of the campfire is going tall. It's quite warm, leaving this orange glow around the campsite. Behind you, the shells of buildings are starting to appear around the campsite, where most of the men here, who are lumberjacks and stuff like that, are beginning to build and set up lodges and huts. And the sisters are just drinking, going about their business. What would you like to do?
Well, it's been quite a tiring day, so I think with Artoria gone, first we'll look at Amelia and say, are you any good at setting up tents by any chance?
I'm okay at it.
That's good. We need a tent to sleep in.
Well, I sleep in there.
I see.
Oh, you want me to set up your tent?
Well, it's good practice for when we're on the road, I suppose.
Sure, let me give you a hand. I'll show you how to do it.
Sure.
Okay. You begin setting up versus.
Yeah, and reverse doesn't help at all.
No, obviously, because I remember what it was like when Artori used to do it for all of you.
Easy is chartering the Baron's tent. She's already sitting there drinking fruit juice.
Yeah, he's like, well, EC, now that your friend Artoria is gone, you plan to take up with that priest?
Which priest?
Amelia, the girl with the arm.
Oh, I guess sure, she can be the new muscle.
Well, I wouldn't say muscle, but I guess she looks the part.
But look here, there's only like 3 things you can be. You can be the brains, the bronze, and the beauty. First, obviously, is the beauty of the operation. I am the brains. So there's only the brawn left.
He leans in slightly and goes, are you sure you don't want to rearrange what you just said?
I mean, I can be both the beauty and the brain. Verse can be Verse, and then she is the brawn.
I see. I mean, that sounds more like you.
I do have to compliment Verse sometimes, otherwise he's gonna leave as well.
You reckon he would just get up and leave you?
I assume at some point he is gonna just get up and leave me. Have you seen that man? I have no idea what he's thinking.
Yeah,
So,
I see where you're coming from. Look.
But that's fine. I'll replace him as well with, I guess, like an electrical outlet.
Yeah, he laughs and says, but, Isi, are you upset that your friend has left?
No, she broke my nose. Good riddance.
I can see that it's slightly bruised. I just think that, personally, I think that you are upset that Artoria is gone.
No, it's like a love line.
A love
It's
line?
me on one end. Verse in the middle. It's not love. It's like business. Verse is in the middle. I'm on one end. Artoria was on the other end. We didn't.
A
There was
love
no
triangle.
connection between our ends.
A love triangle. You say that you were both in love with Buzz?
No one is in love with Verse. That's ugh. The fruit juice. Oh, gee.
At which point Amelia will enter and bow to the Baron.
Oh, there's no need for that formality, Amelia. Stand up, come sit down. Enjoy some fruit juice, or if you're like the adult, some wine.
I'll have a glass of wine, please.
Yeah, he pours
I
you
did
some.
notice that cheeky comment. Don't think I didn't notice.
He laughs. Well, apologies. I'm just saying, I got the fruit juice personally for you, so...
You are a fantastic person, EC. Don't get me wrong. I've heard a lot about you around the camp.
As you should. What did they say?
That you're quite the adventurer. You're unique.
Has anyone started a cult?
At this point, the head pops into the tent and it's like, Amelia, I do believe that peg 27 is slightly out of place.
Or go and adjust it, Vers. Remember what I showed you?
Yes, I
Well, you
remember,
said
but weren't you setting it up? I don't understand.
I said I was helping you set it up.
He's not gonna do it.
What is
He's not
happening
going to do
here?
it.
What is happening here?
If Vers and EC don't have the necessary outdoor skills to...
I
Pitch the
chartered this tent. I made the executive decision to like go into this tent and charter it.
Is that how that works?
This is the Baron's tent. Your tent is outside. Which I've set up for you, but Vers doesn't like the position apparently of peg
no.
27.
Verse does not sleep in the tent with me.
I'm not setting up another tent, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that's
Friends.
why I'm in the Baron's tent.
Why don't you just pay one of the lumberjacks? They'll do it for 1 or 2 shins.
No, if a lumberjack does it, he's gonna set up peg 21-7 wrong, and then Verse is gonna be up about it all night.
Vers, do you want me to go and fix the peg?
If you could.
And she'll like go to put her wine down and go, you know what, no, I'm going to need this. Takes it with her.
Yeah, you take it with you. Here, and before you leave, he kind of slaps the rest of the bottle into your hand.
Oh, well, thank you. You're a very generous man, Baron.
He nods and says, good luck. And then you hear some raucous laughter from the from around the campfire, and the Baron seems to cringe away from it slightly, and he goes, "Oh, those women are barbaric."
They're interesting. I'll give them that. They seem to have grabbed life by the balls, per se, and squeezed.
One of them tried. No, thank you.
Actually, seem quite civil.
Oh, yeah, they're civilized, and they're probably very good at what they do, but...
They were getting paid to murder me, and then didn't. And that's very nice of them.
Well, that's good.
The Baron's got like this weird look on his face, like, what? Like, what happened in the last hour?
First, people not murdering you. It's not nice. It should be the norm. You shouldn't appreciate people not murdering you. That's
No, I agree with you, and if you would murder me, I'd be quite upset and surprised, but they had a contract for it, so...
I'm sure a lot of people have contracts out to murder you first.
Why do you say that?
Everyone has a few contracts out to murder them. I'm sure the Baron has like 5.
No,
in this camp.
I'm pretty much got 0. I mean, I'm a Baron.
It's nobility. Like, it would be like putting a contract out in an Aeon Priest. It would
What, are you saying no one wants to murder a Baron?
People know better.
He's confused by the situation in his tent.
Well, I will leave you, Baron, to your night. Have a pleasant evening, and I will go and fix this peg.
Good night, Amelia and Verse. Thank God they're gone. Can you imagine these people just bothering us in our tent?
I'm just sitting there going, I didn't intend to leave, EC.
Oh, are you also chartering this tent? I charge 5 chins to charter this tent.
It wasn't quite clear yet. Is that how that works? Now look at the Baron.
I'm gonna be honest, EC. Nobody's staying in this tent but me.
See, EC, I don't think that's how chartering works.
What do you mean this isn't how chartering works? I went in it and I said it's mine.
Yes, exactly. And I don't think that's how it works.
He takes off his cowboy-like hat, just throws it to the ground, sighs, and as he looks up, the steel eye that's in his left eye socket, the one that moves independently, seems to be boss-eyed slightly, where he's stressed, and then he has to like write it with his finger. He just pushes it. He goes, "Look,
it's fine. I'll charter the weapon shop stand."
What? Graham Shishi isn't going to be too bad. You know what? Whatever. Like, you can take the floor.
See, Verse, I win once more.
Interesting, so that is how chartering works. Good to know. Thank you for the explanation.
Furs, is this peg in the right place yet?
I'll poke my head out. According to what you've said, yes.
Oh, thank God. Well, I'm going to go and study. Have a nice evening. And I will meet you in the morning.
Yes.
Good night. Okay. So Amelia heads back to the room master's tent, and inside you have your own side room. I guess you just get in there, read a book under the candlelight. The room master snores, so at one point you have to throw a book in or something.
She considers like putting a rock or something in the filter.
Yeah.
And I'll clearly outstay my welcome in the Baron's tent, and then eventually leave.
Okay, yeah. So as the night goes on,
I'm outstaying my welcome in the Baron's tent and not leaving.
Yes, and so you guys ever play basically have a few drinks, play board games and card games and stuff like that as the night goes on, and eventually the Baron just kind of falls asleep in his own chair, snoring, an empty bottle of wine in front of him.
Well, I'm chartering his bed then.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought you might. And at some point in the middle of the night, he does climb slightly into the bed and goes, "Oh fuck me!" And then just walks down to where your bedroll is near the door and just cuddles up into it. Did you just fucking know you to a Baron? Made him sleep on the floor?
He's gonna regret hiring me at some point.
I think he already does. So you guys can get your rest.
Mm-hmm.
You have full rest, resetting all of your stuff. Okay, so as the morning comes, the usual sounds wake you up. The sounds of axe upon wood and the busying of the men as they begin to head out into the fringe of the westward. However, Vers, your tent flap gets flung wide open, and Sapphire stands there looking at you. Her white hair, recently plaited and oiled. She's in her armour, and she's basically thrown back the furs and the cloak, no longer wearing it, and her arms are bare, revealing like a mass of tattoos spiral up their arms. And she's got quite a muscular, wiry frame, and she just kneels down and goes, "Up you get, Vers."
I'm in my bedroll at this point. I get up and I'm stark naked.
She blinks. There's a smile. Can you roll a d10?
Don't know if I want to.
She nods appreciatively, and then says, "I'm not embarrassed, but we need you outside."
And I'll like start to push through the tent flap.
You should probably put something on unless you want to make naive faint. And then she just walks out.
Ah, well, you said I should. You're a very confusing person.
Just get dressed.
Very well. And I'll get dressed.
And she's standing outside, and as you get dressed, she says, "Evenings for party and fun, the days for work."
Does that seem to be addressed at me?
Yeah.
Sorry, are you expecting a reply while I like put my shirt on over my head?
No.
Which is no less disconcerting because now she can see like my internal organs and stuff through it.
Oh yeah,
It's that shirt.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to care or look. And EC, you begin to hear the commotion just a couple of yards outside the tent as well. As the tent flap opens, the Baron goes, "Huh?" Looks up at Julia, who doesn't have her helmet on, and her hair is a mess. It's a big tangled, dishevelled mess, and she just goes, "EC," and then she kicks the Baron. She thinks it's you. She just proper boots the Baron, and the Baron goes, "Oh, what the? Who are you?" And she goes, "Oh shit, sorry, Baron, sorry," and then looks towards EC and says, "You outside. You should have." Points towards your bedroll and goes, "Oh fuck, sorry," and just exits the tent.
EC jumps out of the bed and is like, "I feel like $1 million. You have a great bed."
He stands, and you know, like when you've been camping and drinking, and all you've got is your sleeping bag, and you wake up and it's still wrapped around you, and you've got like mud up your face. That's kind of what the Baron looks like now. And he just says, "Leave, EC, please."
I will, and I'll work extra hard to make up for, chartering your tent.
"Well, you better." And he just kind of like hops towards the bed.
And EC hops outside.
Okay, so you got like a gathering of the sisters, and Vers seems to just be climbing out of his tent with Sapphire.
So just the sisters and Vers?
At the moment, yeah.
I would like to hop back inside.
Okay, and that's when you hear Julia go, "AC!"
Fine!
And before you get to get out, there's AC again! AC! And then you get everyone's joining in, all of the sisters are going, "AC! Move!"
I don't have enough noses for them to all break. And then I do go outside.
Of course, Amelia, as you're eating breakfast with the room master inside the tent, you do hear all this commotion outside.
Well, I suppose I may go and find him.
Good luck!
Thank you.
Sapphire, could you let me know what this is about? You said this is about work, and now we seem to be standing about.
Well, before you guys left, and you headed north, you told us to head west.
Yes.
We did our scouting, right? So,
Okay.
we headed west for some period, a couple of days. And that's when we come across what I'd already come across when I came to save you. You know, the platforms with the statues, the fire temple, and that ziggurat with the lake around it. But then from there, we thought we'd take the long way round back to the crater, and then back to the camp. And as we were walking through the woods, we found a peculiar cleared area that we thought might interest you.
I see.
And she points it out on the map. And that means I will reveal it for you.
For what reason do you think this would interest us?
It's what you do, isn't it?
I don't follow.
You explore. You get artifacts. You're exploring the Westwood for this purpose, correct?
Yes, but you said you found a clearing, not artifacts.
I said a clearing that will interest you. My god,
Yes,
you are bad.
I asked why.
Because it's got something there. A construct.
Well, you should have mentioned the construct first when you're talking to a person. Like, you're going about this...
Whoa, where'd you come from? You guys skated in.
Told me like 5 times.
Good morning, everybody.
They all look towards you.
Not sure.
Good morning, Amelia. Have you ever slept in the Baron's tent? It was amazing. I was in his bed, and he wasn't in his bed, and he has the most comfortable bed I've ever been in.
Well, my father's a baron, so...
Oh, look at you.
So
You
you're
should
from
hang
your
out in your
father's-
father's bed
I'm
sometime.
not sure I'm going to continue this line of questioning.
No, as in, I've slept in a comfortable bed before.
Anyway, we're talking about a construct and a clearing.
Okay, that could be of use.
Yes, unlike the style of conversation that Sapphire likes to have.
Sapphire just glares at you.
Is the construct a giant spider? I'm actually on the market for giant spiders right now, and I got a big buyer who's gonna buy all of our giant spiders.
Sapphire puts her hands on her hips and then says, "No, but from the ground it looked like a huge walled fortress. But then we decided to climb up this nearby cliff and take a look from above, and it looks like some sort of labyrinth."
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yo, that's what I thought. I mean, the walls are these green steel colour.
Hmm.
Kind of like what when copper goes bad.
Oh, well, could you show me on the map, please?
Yep, it does.
And I will use my Jack ability, Flex skill. At the beginning of each day, choose one task. I'm going to choose Navigation,
Okay.
on which you will concentrate for the rest of the day. You're trained in that task.
Okay, so navigation. You're trained in navigation. She says, if you can make it there, I'm sure you'll be interested. I mean, if you want us to explore some more, we're gonna have to spend more time. However, we do have something else to report. Julia headed west on her own, just from the Fire Temple, and found this statue buried in the earth. Huge. Didn't approach it, and Julia walks over and says, "Yeah, the eyes creep me out a little bit.
What about them?
They're just hollow and dead."
And this creeps you out, why?
I mean, you'd know if you'd seen it.
That is extremely unhelpful.
Verse would not know.
Well,
I mean,
did you your travels see another Aeon priest?
they all the sisters kind of shake their head. No.
I guess no reason to wait.
Well, let's go. I need to find Faxus, though.
There's something I would like to do before leaving as well. I want to spend some time identifying the artifact we got.
Okay, so yeah. Make me a Numenera check.
Yep. What's the difficulty?
5.
That should be fine.
Alright, cool. Alright. There it is. It's quite a high level artifact as well.
Oh shit, depletion in 1d100, so it's gonna break the first time Chris uses it.
The problem is
So
it's a
true.
heavy weapon.
It is a heavy weapon, yeah.
Jacks no use heavy weapons.
Yeah, neither do I.
Normie.
We could keep it.
You can keep it or you can break it down and salvage it or something. It's up to you. Or sell it.
I'll try and see if we can trade it with a blacksmith for something similar or a light weapon variety.
Well, okay, so you walk towards Graham Ishii, the weapons dealer, yeah?
Yes.
And he explains, look, I haven't got artifacts or anything, but I'll definitely take it off your hands for some mundane stuff I've got here.
No.
He shrugs, fair enough.
Then just ask the Baron if he can store it for us. We don't want to be lugging it around.
Yep, the Baron agrees. He says, yeah, because it's just a long metal pole to begin with, so he can just put that on the side. Like, actually, he then says, maybe you should give it to my daughter. It's kind of what she does.
Who is your daughter?
Hera. Opposite him, there's that colourful 10. She's a very tall girl, carries around a metal electro rod that extends out. And, yeah. And she has like a steel arm, just like Amelia's, but on the other side. You met her when you first arrived at the tent, but she's been doing her own research.
Actually, now that you mention that, let me check something. I'll walk over to the sisters and explain what this thing does and see if any of them are interested.
Well, Sapphire is all about the ice and cold, and she says, yes, please.
And then I will give it to you for, well, you can borrow it for as long as we have no use for it. And alternatively, if you want to keep it afterwards, we can barter for it. How does that sound?
Sure.
And then I'll just give it to her.
Yeah, she grabs it, activates it, and then it freezes into an axe. She's been swinging it around.
She rolls one and it breaks.
No.
That would be funny though.
And she just immediately kind of puts it in the sling on her back, alongside her sword.
Well.
Oh, wait a minute! It's literally got the exact same power her sword does. It is literally the same weapon.
Now she has to.
I've just realised something. When I created her, I was looking for a frozen weapon, and this is the exact artifact that I found, but then just turned into a sword instead. You know, she froze it, and it froze the sword, and it froze the lake, so you could stand. It's the exact same power. I must have... That's... Random tables, my ass.
Well, are we ready to go?
Yes, and if you... Well, you probably don't know about this. You definitely don't know about this, unless you're psychic. Are you psychic?
No.
Then you definitely don't know about this. And I'll pull out the map of the maze that I have.
Yeah, you've got like a rough sketch of from the back of that creature, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
And I'll ask Julia and say, Julia, perchance, does this resemble the maze that you saw?
She takes the paper from you, like studies it for a good 20 seconds and hands it back to you and says, doesn't look like the maze, but it does look like the symbols all along the wall.
Any idea what they mean?
Shrugs, and she says, it looks like one of those oddities I found once. Do I still have that? And she looks towards Rebecca and she says, oh, you mean that one? No, I've got that. And she begins searching through a bag, and you hear some ticking, like some clicking, and it's like a small circular pad, but inside seems to be a mini maze and a little steel ball. And she goes, it's like a game, you have to hit it down the hole. And she, yeah, it kind of looks like that, except the tattoo and the scarification that you copied looks more elaborate.
Yeah, alright.
I could have a look at it for you and see if I can discern what it is.
If you want to, go ahead.
Is there like a history skill?
It would either be history or religion.
I have religion.
You fuck off. Oh yeah, you're a priest.
I'm a priest.
Alright, roll it. Difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4 intellect.
Yep.
Trained. No idea.
Yeah, okay, so,
And thank God, just so you know, guys, I GM intrusion on a 1 or a 2.
oh yeah, he does. She does, sorry. Okay, so you're not quite sure, but it looks like a religious symbol. it looks to have some sort of symbolism to it, but you can't quite grasp the theology behind it.
I've seen this before somewhere, but I can't put my finger to it.
I suppose that's a saying, right?
It is, yes.
And what does it mean?
It means you can't quite remember.
Let me see. That's oddly phrased. Doesn't resemble a physical action at all.
Well, for hers, that is society.
Yes, I never quite got the reason for using sayings. It just confuse and obfuscate the meaning of what you're trying to say.
I got that from you.
See? It's because I speak in clear language.
No, you confuse the fucking hell out of me.
But you just said that you got that.
As you are about to leave, could you do me a favour and whoever's navigating, I'm assuming is Amelia because she's trained in it. Can you
Yes,
draw?
but first, I would like to tell an anecdote about navigating.
Oh, okay.
So one time, while I was, juiced up after talking with the dragon, I was trying to find the toilets, but I couldn't find them. So I asked one of the lumberjacks, and he was drunk out of hell, so he couldn't find them either. A long story short, I did find them. I guess that wasn't a good story.
I like
You'll
it.
draw the route.
Yeah, I want you to use the pen to draw the route you're going to take.
Also, just Leon, I have this.
While you're present within a community and actively personally working on behalf of the community, community's effective rank for purpose of finding resources located in you.
This is my community explorer. I guess we're being part of the camp's community for this.
I will keep that in knowledge now. That means, like, yeah, why? Oh, okay, yeah, because currently you are part of a community, which is the camp, and it's been built up at the moment. So I'll keep these two abilities in my head because if people attack it, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Also, Frank, for finding resources, that's amazing because that means they're gonna. Now I know this, they'll be harvesting lumber much quicker. And while you're present in the community, the active person you work on behalf, the community's rank is +1. Okay.
For everything, that's how good Easy is, except for, damage. Because Easy doesn't do damage, except when she throws lobsters.
Alright, so you're going to go head west slightly and to the crater.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to take a good part of about 7-8 hours. EC and Burs have actually taken this route before. They said that you can relay what you come across if you want.
Yep, and I'll use this in case it seems like EC's having trouble.
Well, it's actually Amelia doing the navigation, isn't it?
Yeah, and she's like super buff now because she's now trained and she has an asset.
Yeah, so she automatically succeeds. It was difficult to raise.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's automatically succeeded. So Amelia takes you clean through these woodlands, and like I explained before, they go from kind of like thinning birch woodland to kind of like pines that then lead down up a hill down. And I'm assuming you guys avoid the underground bunker. You did leave a ghost in there.
Oh my god, first do you remember? This is where we fought the ghost.
Yes.
That's it, I got nothing else. Let's not fight the ghost.
Yes, I believe we're heading to the maze.
We did lose the only thing scarier than ghosts.
And
Victoria.
around mid-afternoon, you guys approach the crater where you had found the spider. And in the centre is that small little lake where she had been buried. And the place looks like it's growing now. Like there's like tufts of grass and weeds growing up through the soil in the crater. So you've reached the crater somewhere between latter mid-afternoon, sorry.
Oh. That's what my one does. And at the minute it'll be focused on infrastructure.
Okay.
Infrastructure.
I will stat the community out for you for next week. But for now, let's focus on the exploration. So you've reached the crater, and the bodies of the body of that large gorilla that you had defeated last time still lays there in like a massive rusty copper rivulets. and bolts, and its structure has been kind of stripped by the surrounding wildlife. So any like kind of flesh or living part has been taken, leaving just this weird silver and rusted, kind of copper rusted skeleton.
Yeah. Can we salvage anything from it?
I believe you already did.
Yes, I think we took what was valuable from it. And getting down into the crater and out again is a bit of an effort. I think we should skirt around. It should be much faster.
Yeah. Remember, the crate is absolutely massive, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
We'll go around and then go this way.
Okay, so yeah, as you guys are walking around the crater, who's leading? Amelia.
Yeah.
You bump into something that's invisible, and it literally is a total shock. You bump into something like a wall, and immediately your nose is bludgeoned by it, and you fall over and trip slightly.
What do I see?
You don't see anything, nothing transdimensional. However, when you guys kind of feel your way around, on the other side, you can see through, and you realise there's some sort of weird mirror illusion going on the edge. It's about 10 foot wide. Very thin. You can actually touch it.
Interesting.
So is it visible from the other side, or is it completely invisible?
So from your side, you kind of like see it like a mirror, like kind of like a mirrored kind of effect. That's very difficult to discern.
Looking through like a glass of pane of glass.
Like a double-sided mirror. Except when you walk around the other side, like Amelia can see Vers and EC on the other side, but you can't see her.
I wonder what the purpose of this is. What can we say around it?
Sorry?
Is it just there on its own?
Yeah, it's just there on its own. Like
I know exactly what it is.
On the lip of the crater.
It's like a police mirror they have in
No,
the
I know
interrogation
exactly
room, right?
what it is. But my character doesn't.
I feel like it's in character for Vers not to know what it is as well. I feel like he's kind of forgetful, so it's cool. I'm totally fine with that.
Well, we'll just head that way north through the
The thing
clearance.
is, I also haven't the faintest idea what this is supposed to be.
Yeah, I've also...
It's the camouflage screen that you had, the cipher.
Oh...
But that would have disappeared long ago.
Yeah, it
I
would
think.
have. You are correct, it would have.
So,
So there's
shouldn't be that.
something going
Unless
on.
someone's used a similar thing.
No,
Well.
never mind.
I'm ignoring.
Well, let's note its location on our map and see if it's still here when we come back.
Okay. I will draw it in blue. Apparently not.
Pandy.
Yeah, that's in very, very light white. I could see it, but
I selected blue, but never mind.
No,
yeah,
it's
so just on
orange.
the edge of the crater. Okay.
Alright, with your abilities, Amelia can navigate through the woods completely without harm, and that avoids most of the trouble. And eventually, as it begins to get dark, you guys see the maze in the distance. So, I actually have a handout for you.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of like this, except the walls have those religious symbols all the way around.
Is it this sort of size as well when we get to it?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are quite a ways out, so you're not as close as the figure in the artwork.
Yeah.
Is, obviously. See, but you can see it, and it's beginning to get quite dark.
Shall
Well,
we set
I
up
think we should probably set up camp outside it, yes, and heading with the light of day. We also set up camp so that we're outside of the direction that someone might leave the maze from, if there's such a thing. Or enter it, for that matter.
Well, we could set up in this tree line.
You could.
Very well.
Alright, so you guys set up, camp, and bed down for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone taking watch? Anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to take first watch, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, so the rest of you bed down. Vers, can you make me a intelligence perception check?
Yep. I can. Difficulty?
As a placeholder, 3. Okay. I don't know why 11 wasn't a success. Oh yeah, of course.
9 is.
Yeah, sorry. Math. Never mind.
And also, I have automatic effort on all intelligence checks now because I've got 3 edge.
Nice.
3 edge.
Yes. I remember when one of my previous players got that as a werewolf, like I said, and just fucking destroyed shit with his fists. Okay, so as the night begins to become a blanket of navy black over your head and the stars begin to light up, you begin to look at the maze and you can see a kind of a yellowy green glow somewhere in the maze.
Okay. Question: can I see the lines of the maze from up here?
Not really, no.
Okay. I would like to at least compare the maze, see if it has any resemblance to the figures, and probably figure out it doesn't. And then,
Yeah, it doesn't. Not at all. It doesn't look like it at all.
yeah, and then just prepare a piece of parchment or paper for me to draw on to map out the maze as we're going.
Ah, yes. Okay. Just
And just roughly, I'll draw 2 versions. I'll have one with just the actual route that we're taking and whatever we find, and then one just I will just draw a box to represent the whole maze and draw the circle in.
Okay. Alright. So, other than the weird greenish yellow glow from inside the maze, you don't tend to see anything. At one point, though, you think you see a torchlight, like a firelight or a camplight somewhere in the woods to the west. Like, when it flickers through, the different trees, you feel like you see, a pinprick of light in the distance, but you can't quite, and then it goes. So, if you thought if it was a campfire, it would be there continuously?
Yeah, it's probably torches. I'll try and watch out for it to see if it's either, if I spot it a little bit further to either side. Just keep my eye open.
Okay, yep. And 3 or 4 hours go by for your watch, and Buzz, you don't see much else?
Okay. I will then wake up Amelia.
Good evening, Burrs.
Yes, something of the sort. 2 things. There was a green yellowish glow from the maze earlier. Is it still there now, or is it gone?
No, it's gone.
And I'll point out where it was, and I'll show the map and the scale and roughly where it was. And I'll say, and to the west there seemed to be a flicker of torchlight. It was only there for just a moment. This was about 3-4 hours ago, and I haven't seen it since, but keep an eye out in case there's someone nearby.
Okay, I will.
I estimate the distance to be ... off to the west.
Thank you, Burrs.
Oh yes, and one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time for Easy to have her watch, make sure she has her watch. She has a tendency of going back to sleep after being waken up for a watch.
Oh, I'll make sure she's up.
One time.
One time's all it took. And with that, I'll head sleep.
Okay, so EC. No, sorry, Amelia, sorry. Amelia, do you want to roll me a perception check?
Difficulty 3.
Yeah, it's like a placeholder. It's basically the higher you get, the more you see.
17.
Ah, minor crit.
My minor effect is my servos learn from your successful actions. You gain an asset to similar actions involving the same task.
Okay, so you'd gain an asset to perceptions and stuff, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so as the night goes on, you are peering through the woodland, and you do see a flicker of light somewhere to the southwest this time, whereas Versa said west. And it seems to be very far away. But you also hear the call of some sort of wild animal. Very similar to like a howl, except very throaty. And at the same time, a pillar of green light erupts from the middle of the maze, lighting up the night sky like in auroras and stuff.
That's nice. I'm not waking Burrs up to tell him about it because he'll be up all fucking night talking to me.
Yep. So your watch goes by without much incident.
And then I will go and wake EC.
I'm up!
And I will stand over her.
Look, if you want to continue to watch, I'll just go back to bed.
EC, get out of bed.
But I was doing that, and then you just stared at me.
Out of bed. Come on.
I'm really confused what you're doing.
Up you get. Come on.
EC is like long up and just staring at your back. Like,
And I will then sit down on my bed, but just like sit with my arms folded and wait for EC to actually get out of her bed.
apparently we're doing watch together, fine. Like, is everyone in this world crazy?
Just get out of the bed, EC, and then
He's like out of the bed already.
You're out of the bed, right? I'm going to sleep now, now that you're up.
EC is fishing.
Okay. Well, I like it. Alright, so EC, if you're fishing, and are you also going to try to take a look out as well, or are you just going to focus on the fishing?
Like 50-50, like 70 fishing, 30 watch.
Okay, roll perception first.
What was the target? 3, right?
Yeah, like I said, but...
Interestingly enough, EC is actually trained in perception.
Okay.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you're fishing. Can you roll the depletion? And also roll me fishing.
Oh, but I spent.
Are you
experience
kidding
on that one.
me? You know,
I spent XP.
How many
I spent
times
XP.
has that happened on the fishing rod?
Twice.
That's crazy.
I spent the experience. Very good.
Okay, and then make me a fishing check.
I am trained in fishing, so is fishing intellect or speed or might?
Intellect.
Oh, look at that.
Alright, so you begin casting out, and as you're casting out, you're like, oh, you've got something. Easy, you've got something. And it begins pulling. You're being dragged across the ground. Then a trans-dimensional rift opens, and a ethereal shark comes hurtling towards you. Can everyone roll initiative?
I mean, that's not on me, look. Regardless of how good I would have watched.
Amelia and Burrs miss their first turn until they actually hear something as well. So.
That is fair enough.
Well, that's a good initiative roll to simulate being asleep.
Yeah.
I want to point out, I've had rubbish luck the last 2 sessions with rolls.
Is anyone trained in initiative?
No.
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay, so just waiting on Burrs' initiative. Thank you. Alright, so EC, this thing comes like speeding towards you out of this trans-dimensional rift, and in this deep voice it goes, "Ho ho ho ho, easy prey," as it goes to chomp down on top of you.
What do you need? Speed defense?
I need a speed defense.
Difficulty?
Because he's so slow, he's a level 5 creature, but it drops it down to 4 because he's so slow.
Okay, let's do the... Am I trained at speed defense? I'm not, right? No, I'm not. I'm just really bad at these things. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And the massive jaws. I'm saying this thing's about 2 meters long, you know, and it's got this rough scaled look to it, like kind of like a porcupine's spines all the way down the back of it, and it just chomps into your arm. But the feeling isn't like physical pain, it's more like an intense headache that spreads from the top of the crown of your skull down the back of your neck, and you lose 7 intelligence.
Oh, fuck me.
It then spins around and goes for like a spin, like, you know the way that sharks immediately turn in the water and go back to their prey. Does that, and it's actually hanging over Amelia's face. She's heard you scream out in pain and opened her eyes just to see this colourful rainbow ethereal shark above her. EC, it's your turn.
I would like to use my turn to lie about where the shark came from. So as my action... Oh my god, this fucking shark just came out of the labyrinth! And then I run away and end my turn.
Alright, so it goes zooming back towards you. But this time, it kind of like goes to dive out, like it would dive out of water. And as it does, it catches the moonlight across its spikes, and it dazzles down towards EC, and they all turn into what look like iron cannons as they go, begin like cutting lasers through the ground, and you just hear him go, "My prey never escapes." Can you make a speed defense?
What sort of shark are you?
Well, good luck, EC.
I think I'm going to stay in bed.
Alright, so EC, you manage to dive out of the way as these lasers, there's like 12 of them, and they all kind of focus in on one point to make one big iron cannon from the moon, and then blasts a hole in, leaving like a 10-foot crater just as you jumped behind one of the trees, and he just says, "I smell you, you are not getting away." Alright, so EC, it's your turn.
Okay, I have, on my first turn, I didn't use any of my abilities on him because I was like, fuck, it's a shark, it's not an intelligent creature. Now, I've noticed it's been talking to me,
Yep.
so obviously it is. So I'm just gonna talk at the shark. Oh my god, why would you even bite on a fishing rod? What kind of intelligent shark does that? Are you crazy? I didn't go around biting on people's fishing rod, that's rude. So that's cost me 2 intellect, and then I'm gonna edge on it, so 3 intellect.
Okay. Well, you get to minus any effort you've got.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now it's the ability costs 2, expending effort costs me 1.
Yep.
Because I have edge. That's what I'm getting. Okay, I'm trained, so that's difficulty 4 I have to hit. No, wait, difficulty 3 because I'm spending effort.
This is to persuade him, isn't it?
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so I'm going to count him as stunned. He's like, He just looks at you confused, and he's like, beady black eyes regard you. "I don't know. You hit me with the hook." "No, wait. I bit on it." "Ah, but it looks so tasty."
Ha! You're the weirdo.
Alright, Buzz, it's your turn. Everyone has like an advantage on him because he's stunned.
Oh, this is most inconvenient trying to... Sharks should not be on land, should they? And I'll go and shoot it with my staff.
This was the calm stranger ability, Liam, so it doesn't have to be stunned, it's just calm.
Oh, okay, it's just calm. Alright.
Does it actually seem like it's calm and like not hostile anymore?
Well, as long as I talk to it, it can't do anything.
Is this... What is happening exactly?
Oh, this shark swam right out of the labyrinth.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you fucking do this to me? On whose side are you on?
Mine.
You bit me.
You hooked me.
Well, you bit the hook.
I didn't bite it. That's not how it works.
Well, you have to get hooked. If you have to bite it to get hooked.
No, I don't. That's not how an ethereal fishing rod works.
Well, how do you know how that ethereal fish? Oh my god!
It's happened to me before.
Oh, so you do have a problem with biting on hooks?
I don't suppose. Right, you've seen my friend Lenny the lobster.
No, I have not.
Alright, so first it's still your turn.
Yeah. So I will just look really confused at what the hell is going on. Like, even for me, this is weird. And I'll just look at my staff and look at EC. I look at my staff again and see what EC's response is.
What is EC's response?
It's a shark, of course, Vers.
Okay, then I shoot it.
So it's difficult 4 to hit, but because he's not expecting it, difficulty 3.
Okay, no depletion.
I did not expect the ethereal shark. Alright, you've hit.
Well, you're the one who gave
So,
me the
3 damage.
How much?
3.
Alright, cool. Alright, it just... And he goes... "Ugh!" And you begin to go feral again the moment the damage hits him. Alright, Amelia?
I'll get up and start looking around for like a bow or something I could use.
Do you have one?
No, I was hoping there would be one lying about in somebody's backpack.
Is there?
Well, I have my bow on me.
No.
At which point she'll just like flick out her forearm blade and take
I
one.
do have, however, a steam-powered flat sniper.
That would be useful right now, Vers. Can I have that, please?
We do have
I mean,
a lot of
I assume
fancy
you just find it in my pack because I also
Yeah.
have picked it up.
I'll grab the steam powered and I'll grab some bolts.
Alright,
And that'll be my turn.
it will be your turn. Do you know the damage and stuff? Oh, you've got Artoria's character sheet, you can look it up.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks around, and I'm going to go for a GM intrusion on Amelia. Would you like to accept?
Yeah.
Who else gets an experience?
Vers can have it.
Right, so it now spins around, ignoring EC, and as it does, its fins and spines protrude upwards, and they shoot out like rockets, trailing smoke and fire as they do. And it looks like a dozen rockets go bang, 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 explode all around you and Vers, dealing 5 damage to your might pool.
Do we not get to dodge it?
No, that's what a GM intrusion is.
Oh, right, okay.
That's its turn. EC.
So I have a bunch of glitter,
Yeah.
and I would like to skate up to it and throw my bunch of glitter into its, what are they called in English?
The gills.
Bill?
Yeah, into its gills. I want to throw my glitter into its gills.
All right, make
What a cruel fate.
a throw-in attack. Difficulty 4.
Am I trained at throwing glitter?
Are you trained at throwing?
I am not.
No, so...
But I am trained at fishing. I feel like this.
I feel like this doesn't apply to fishing.
Have you fished before, Liam?
Yeah, but I've never... No, I haven't, but I've never seen anyone throw glitter at, like, a carp.
You've been fishing all your life.
Fairy fire!
Okay, no acid for throwing glitter. Oh, look at me. He has
Exactly
glitter.
it. Alright, he goes... As you throw it, there's a puff of glitter, and he goes... What? No. No! No! And begins to sink slightly. Buzz, it's your turn.
I have no idea how space fishes work.
Okay, so it's fins and stuff that exploded into rockets. Does it seem like these regrow and it's...
Yeah, you can already see them
do
going
that again?
and regrowing out of the spines.
Okay. I'll use my foil danger. I don't think I can click anything on the sheet to link it, right? I just need to copy
No.
paste. Okay.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
5.
Okay, I'll expend an extra effort.
Okay.
Sorry, how does that work when I have edge 3?
You automatically
So the second
get
effort.
1 level free.
Yeah, exactly. And the second one, how much does it cost?
2.
Okay.
Wait, have you got 2 effort then?
Yes.
Yes.
I also
so,
have my effort.
so basically now, Vers, what you can just basically say is you always get 1 level of effort for free.
Yeah, I know, but since I wanted to use 2, I wasn't wondering what the cost was. Okay,
Next
so
one will be 2.
total cost of 5, 2 for the ability, 4, 2 for the ability, 2 for the effort. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
That sucks. You can spend an experience to re-roll it, but if you don't want to, that's it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, cool. Alright,
That's better.
so you foil the spines on its back. It's you notice that these parts of it are like grown exteriorly from the main ethereal body, as if he's manifested them in the material plane. And with a simple I don't know, a simple effort through your mind, I guess you just kind of like blast them and it'll just kind of shiver and then just sink back into his flesh and then drop off, hit the ground.
Very nice. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Mina, I guess no more GM intrusions for the poor shark.
I'm just going to shoot it.
Right, yeah, fair enough. The steam powered flatbow goes off with a whining hiss.
It's difficulty 4.
Yes. Oh! Alright, Artorias, someone's back. Are you picking damage?
Yeah, I'll just take the flat damage on this one. My major effect does do damage, but I need to hit again for it to work.
Alright, so you've done 9 damage.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So, doosh! And it just punches a hole through this thing, who then writhes and roars and then explodes into glitter. There you go.
Easy.
Yeah. Came right out of the labyrinth.
Well, the shark seemed to have a different fucking tail, and I have not known many sharks to talk.
At this point, you notice at first she starts laughing like way too much at that joke.
And,
Which
but
is
all of
really
you now have glitter in your hair, by the way, as it just rains down around you.
Do you trust the weird shark?
I trust a talking shark.
Tail.
Has Ver's got a mental health problem?
None that has been diagnosed.
I'm gonna send a letter to get somebody out here to check that out.
So tomorrow, when we go into the labyrinth, we have to watch out for space sharks.
Mm-hmm.
How would I even procure a space shark?
You're lying to a priest, EC.
So easy.
I've told
Find
worse lies.
a fishing rod some time ago.
First, are you on my side or are you on the interrogators?
I'm on the side of the truth, EC. You should know this by now.
Oh, yeah, I fished a space shark. You should be amazed at my fishing prowess instead of this.
Stop doing that.
Why?
I mean, that's good, but were you watching while you were How does that work?
Fishing is a very solitary experience. You can do a lot of things while you fish.
Yes, like watch the bobber when you're rolled, I guess.
No, you can watch everything while you fish, but you don't have to look at the water. You just have to feel for the pull of the space shark.
Right, well... So you fished the space shark.
I did.
Why?
So the shark coming out of the labyrinth was a lie.
Well, I fished into the direction of the labyrinth, so if you think about it, really...
No, EC. Just be honest with us.
Of course I fished the space shark. What would it do in the labyrinth?
I don't know. It's a labyrinth. There could be anything in there, but come on, we appreciate honesty. We're all honest with each other.
Yes.
So in future, if you're going to fish for space sharks, are you going to tell us first?
Well, no, but I'll tell you afterwards that I did do it. Look, there's a lot of situations in which a space shark can be really useful.
I'm going back to bed.
Okay, so as you go back to bed, you're crunching through all like the leftover cases of the rockets, noting that they look Numenera-ish.
Okay. I'll try and get some sleep now, but I'll go through them in the morning.
Okay.
I continue my watch.
Alright, so not much happens later on in the watch, EC. As you're peering around, you don't see much, except for like the odd green glow inside the labyrinth.
I have like my robot arm, and I hold it with this arm, and the robot arm is in this position, so I'm just on my robot arm.
Okay, you get a full recovery roll, by the way, for the night's rest.
Lovely.
That was just because the GM intrusion on EC's fishing roll, that's all it was.
I'm just having really bad luck today.
Yeah. And with the morning EC comes sunshine, the sounds of birds, and the sun just washes across the tree line that you're in, warming all of you. And it is now morning. The sunshine glitters off the cases of these spines that the ethereal shark had.
Yeah, I'll first have a look at them and try and understand what they are, and then once I do that, I'll see if I can take them as they are, or whether we need to salvage them.
I would like to cook space shark fin soup.
There aren't any fins left, it's just exploded. There wasn't much left of its body apart from these Numenera devices that it fired at Amelia and Zers.
Is that why space shark fins are such a delicacy? It's so hard to get them because that was exploded. Okay.
Yep, yeah. You need a special Numenera device to catch it.
That's gonna gather all of the ethereal fishing gear, including the ethereal shark net,
You can craft it.
the ethereal lobster cage.
He's still somewhere in the forest. Like, what the fuck?
You don't need the ethereal lobster cage. I actually have an oddity.
What an oddity to fish with ethereal lobsters.
No, but it's an oddity. It's a small square cage that puts whatever single creature in it into stasis.
Fascinating.
Oh. So first, did you make a Numenera roll?
Nope. What's the difficulty?
3.
1,000.
Auto succeed.
You auto succeed, then you know that these on their own could be worth some shins, but salvageable. You think there might be some iotum or something inside similar like that.
Okay, then I'll try and salvage them.
Okie dokie. Make
I
it
will
work.
help
Also
him.
succeed on a 3?
Difficulty?
Yeah,
Salvaging?
you auto succeed on a 3. Oh yeah, it's trained in
yeah.
Numenera. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a free effort, and whenever I take time to do stuff out of combat, I'll get an asset.
Yeah. So automatic.
We've come so far from not being able to identify them.
We have. All right. Yes. So salvage attempts. The salvage difficulty task. You automatically succeed. Are you looking for any specific type?
Yeah, just so you know, for salvaging, I'll automatically succeed on difficulty 4 because I have specialization in it.
Yeah, but are you looking for any specific type of item?
If there are runes in there, I would try and find the runes first. I guess. I don't know.
You're going to try and find the runes. Okay.
Yes.
You're looking
I-
for runes.
Yes.
I can help him because I also am skilled in salvage.
Nice. Okay, so that'll drop it by 1.
It'll be difficulty 5. He automatically succeeds.
Okay, so if you're looking for runes, you still need to make a check and get a difficulty 1. Yay! Okay, so you find with difficulty 6, you're looking for specifically for runes, right? Can you roll me a d6? Alright, so you find I keep typing everything wrong.
Ooh.
There you go. And also you find what?
Alright. What the hell is apt clay?
Can you make me... Oh, you'd automatically succeed because it's level 3, so let me tell you. Okay, so apt clay. It's a brittle clay that has a blue-grey metallic luster and is usually salvaged from disabled and broken automatons or shells. When used an additional component in a crafting task, 6 units of apt clay ease one task that the object or structure is built to perform. For example, adding 6 units of apt clay to a lightning turret, because it's a level 6 lightning turret, eases all the attack rolls down by 1 difficulty for 24 hours. Okay. And it can be eaten, which is the fucking weirdest shit. I'll copy paste it so that you guys can... and I'll put it in a handout as well. But, oh god, that was too long, sorry. But yeah, you can eat it, choke it down to decrease your speed pool, but increase your intellect.
Okay.
I like how it says it gives you an upset stomach. Fantastic. You found futuristic Indian food.
Fucking hell. Right, I'm going to start adding like iotum and stuff like that in its separate subfolder for you guys. So it'll be under notes and crafting.
What do you mean adding it there?
It'll be on a handout in. So anything you find and discover, I will put in a handout.
Ah, okay, sure. All right.
Right, so you guys have finished salvaging. It's the morning. Labyrinth's ahead.
Well,
Yep. Well, this should be quite useful. Do you like using that crossbow?
yeah, it's rather helpful.
Well, I was talking to your mentor, I guess.
Mhm.
He informed me that he could potentially add some rune modifications to existing weapons, but we'd probably have to get the blacksmith involved. It might be a bit costly, but I have quite a few runes, and well, if it helps your abilities to, well, shoot things until they die, that would be most helpful, because we're
I'm sure I
somewhat
could,
lacking in that department.
I could persuade him to do it a bit cheaper.
That might be helpful, yes.
Well,
This is the moment where we decide to invest all of our resources in one weapon. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Have you wrote down the runes?
I have.
Alright. I noticed as well in your inventory you put 1 times app clay, even though there's a kind of like a number button.
Oh yeah, it's just easier for me to remember.
Fair enough. I noticed that you put iotum and then put 9, but then on the app clay you put 1 times app clay in the description, so it's fine.
Yeah, the item should. I didn't put it on. Oh, no, never mind.
oh, Vers, these might be useful for you. And I will give him a light toolkit.
I have a light toolkit.
Oh, well, okay, I'll keep
I mean, I assume it's the same thing. Tongs, pliers, screwdriver, small hammer, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one.
It's the same, except hers is like not a small hammer. It's like a semi-medium-sized hammer.
Yeah,
Really
got
hard to tell the difference, but
Okay,
Well.
guys, what's the plan?
that. Well, shall we?
Let's go.
We'll just walk in.
Okay, so as you walk towards the entrance to the maze, you notice that there's something shimmering across the entrance, and Vers, in your trans-dimensional sight, you see that the inside of this maze is in a different dimension. What you're seeing is like in the real world, but this isn't what you're gonna enter. Like you could probably try to
It's
climb.
just like the physical representation of it on the outside.
Yeah, you could easily probably from personal knowledge that the rules of reality could be completely different inside it. Yeah.
What is it, Vers? What do you see?
What do you know about other places?
You know what? This will be easier, and I will place my hand on Vers's shoulder, and like 2 little spikes will jut out of her palm. And I will use link senses. You touch a willing creature, and it links its senses to yours for 1 minute. At any time, you can concentrate during that duration. You can see, hear, and smell what that creature is experiencing, instead of using your own senses.
I see.
Okay, I am willing. I'll let her do it.
That costs me 2 intellect to do that.
So you just completely understand everything he's trying to say?
Yep. This is like a one-time experience for Vers. He's like,
I imagine it's quite strange the other way around as well. Like, oh, Vers actually makes sense.
so this is why he seems crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
he just stands there, rolls their eyes.
Then once this is done, I'll explain to EC. So, EC, what do you know about other places?
Like, what kind of places, Vers?
Different dimensions, mostly.
Okay, I just don't care, Vers. Let's just go into the labyrinth.
Okay, I just want to point out that life as you're used to it might not exist on the other side, and things might be very different for you.
Could be better.
Yes.
Like,
Could also
Vers,
not be.
just no, don't worry. I know everything about other places. I fish from other places. Have you seen my space shark?
I choose not to believe you.
Good going, Vers. EC enters the labyrinth.
Okay, so the moment you enter the labyrinth, poof, whoosh, there's an explosion on your side, Vers and Amelia. Kind of like the energy reaches out to grab EC as she touches it and brings her forward. And EC, woof, you're flung what feels like through a galaxy, peeled and stretched like dough, and then slammed onto solid ground on the other side. And all you do is take a deep breath, look up, and you just see a night sky littered with stars, and walls either side of you rising up hundreds and hundreds of feet, filled and brimming with what looked like magic and pipes and all kinds of machinery. And then at that moment, a face appears and kind of goes, and then sinks back into the wall. And Amelia, Burrs.
I would advise you to stay close and not be reckless, at least until we understand the rules of the place we're going.
Okay, well, hold
With
my
some
hand.
luck, we'll end in the same place as where you see us.
Well, she'll like reach out and grab his hand with her mechanical hand.
Okay.
Very well, let's go. And I'll
We'll
head
step
in.
through.
Okay, so same experience. You guys are like dragged through and shoved down right next to Easy, who's just standing up, I'm assuming, not laying down still.
I'm just trying to figure out where the face came from, if it's going to come back, and then
Yeah.
I'm just getting ready a knife to poke it if it does.
And Amelia and Vers, as you stand up, you see these walls stretching ever upward, hundreds of feet, and just kind of like a black night sky dotted with stars. The place is... And just so you know, the place smells faintly like burning food, like burning meat. And it's very cold. Kind of, we're talking maybe like -5 Celsius at the moment. You guys are kind of immediately shivering, looking around. Your breath mists in the air. And at that moment, yes, you see further up the wall, you see a hand push up against the wall. And the wall's metallic and solid and filled with these lights, fairy lights, and all these pipes that seem to hiss. But these hands push out as if it's like trapped behind a wall of flesh. And then you see a face kind of yawn out.
I believe we are in hell.
And then it falls back.
Interesting. I'll lick the wall.
No,
Okay.
I'll grab him before he does it.
I'm experimenting. Please let me continue.
No, Vers, don't lick the walls. We are in hell.
Let the man lick the wall.
You don't know what'll happen. You could be sucked in there.
Yes, that's part of the experiment. We have to
No,
stay
but you
there.
can't get out. They can't get out. If you get in there, we can't get you out.
Maybe they just suck and like Verse can get out, no problem.
I don't want you to lick the wall.
Okay, I'll just like touch it with my foot while this is happening.
Okay, so you touch it, it's solid. It feels, and you know, it kind of feels like stone or metal. Doesn't budge.
Okay. So I haven't been sucked in. When I touch it with my foot, can I lick it now, please?
Please don't lick the wall.
Look, we only have so many senses to our... Well, that we can use, and we should use all of them to check how this world works.
If you die from licking the wall,
Yes,
I will be responsible for letting you lick the wall.
No,
I accept that.
he licks everything. He's been doing it
No,
like for how
it's
old
not
is Verse?
something
Like
that you accept.
70? He's been doing it for like 70 years. He'll be fine.
Please don't lick the wall, and I'll let him go.
I'll just like take my finger across the wall and then lick my finger instead.
So as you bring your finger down across the wall, you notice that it's kind of like warm, slightly warm to the touch compared to the atmosphere around you. And as you do and bring it down, it feels slightly, I wouldn't say slimy, I'd say sweaty.
Yeah, like condensation on metal.
Yeah. And as you bring it back, and do you lick it?
Yep.
It's salty. It in fact tastes like sweat.
It seems the walls are sweating. This is most odd.
This is most definitely hell.
And at that moment, as Amelia says, this is most definitely hell, the walls undulate ever so imperceptibly, like they shake, and then you realise, no, they're shivering, and goosebumps run down the wall in a wave all the way down the corridor and tunnel.
Let's get out of here as quick as we can then.
And you turn behind you and realise there kind of is no way out. Like, you turn behind, there's no door, no archway, no nothing.
This is all very strange.
You're telling me.
Let me try some... Well, you're probably going to disagree. Never mind.
I would like to put on my circlet of heat vision.
Okay, so the entire walls light up in patches of heat.
Meanwhile, I'm doing small experiments. I'll jump, check gravity.
Gravity's fine?
Okay. I have an ever melting ice cube. How's it doing?
It's not melting.
Good. Is it still cold?
It's still cold.
Okay.
Oh, if we're running tests, I have a coin that only lands on heads. I would like to see if it still lands on heads.
It lands on tails.
Oh,
Hmm.
huh.
Could you try that again?
I tried again.
It lands on tails.
And try it like 10 more times to have significant.
Every time lands on tails.
I wonder
This
what
is-
else is reversed.
Like the worst mirror universe ever, if this is the only difference.
Well, I want to. Let's just move along.
Is my small crystal that hums when near metal humming?
It isn't. It is humming. Yes. Sorry.
Well, everything seems normal except for your coin. And the slightly sweaty walls, I suppose. But...
Sorry, guys, I need to take a work call here.
Okay.
I love that this is where we finally get to use all the shitty oddities we have lying around. It's my hat that drips water, still dripping water.
Yeah.
Don't tell Chris, but I have phasing gloves. I can stick my hands through stuff.
Oh god, it's
Ooh.
creepy. It's like, don't do my rollerblade, still rollerblade.
Oh yeah, that's like the most
Oh,
important.
no, suddenly the ice skates.
Yeah. Oh god, that would be yeah.
Like,
Really difficult to run.
shall we take a quick wire break while waiting for
Sure,
Chris?
let's
I
do it.
need the toilet.
I'll
I guess Chris isn't coming back, so I guess we'll just end it now and pick up next week with this.
The real life has foiled us once again.